Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the month of March 2024. You won't be seeing me because I had an issue with my other phone and I don't have a microphone for this one, so I need it to be close to me, otherwise you might not hear me. And we're going to start with what could be in store for you and what you might expect. So what I'm seeing is that you are currently maybe still feeling overwhelmed by outside circumstances where you may have you could have been hurt, robbed, betrayed. You could have been in the midst of a dodgy situation, and you still haven't gotten it out of your system. And obviously, there are several reasons for that. One of the reasons is that there are still circumstances in your life where things aren't straightforward, and some of you may be dealing with some family issues where you're over an inheritance, for instance. It can be anything. It can be something in the workplace or institutions, something where where your interests are not at their best advantage. And so what I'm seeing is that you may, little by little, remove from your life those the people who aren't trustworthy. And what you should do is trust your intuition, not your fears, because your fears could sometimes make you do the wrong moves, like, breaking up with someone when actually that person is perfectly fine, and keeping an ongoing relationship with someone who is not perfectly honest with you. This is just an example, okay? However, what I'm seeing is that in spite of these various situations, you are regaining full control of your life. You are recovering. And your current lesson is to really make the most of everything. Appreciate every breath you take. Smell the roses. Enjoy life. And the more you manage to do that, the more you manage to lead with your heart also, and but the less you let yourself be impacted by what is going on around you, the happier your life is getting. And that's what I'm seeing. You may be juggling still and fighting with some of your heavy emotions. However, the road is getting smoother and smoother. And however, it's important that you make sure you don't trust the wrong people with important information. Okay, so you don't have to share everything with everybody. That you should keep that in mind, because there could be someone around you who could use that for to their advantage. okay? And make sure that everything you do don't rush into anything. Make sure that everything you do is well thought, is thoroughly examined. Don't get into anything in a rush. And perhaps because of that, a project might be delayed if you realise that it's not to your best interest. And you could actually break free from certain situations. But the most important thing here is that you are starting to really learn and understand what all this was about. And it was also there to teach you that the outside is not the inside, it's rather the other way around. And what is happening around you, what is happening in the world even, should not drain you from your energy. And if people aren't acting in the best way, you don't have to take it personally, because it's got to do with them. What it's also showing, and that might also be one of the lessons of this month, is that you are invited perhaps to look at that situation, those situations, because there may have been several, and see in what way, if you haven't seen yet, in what way they are mirroring something inside you. Because these dodgy situations, or situations that weren't straightforward or that were deceitful, whatever, they mirror something inside you. And it's up to you to see. And I'm saying that with absolutely not an ounce of judgment, of course, because we all have our darker spots to work on. But there's something you could you could find out which would be really helpful for the future. What matters here really is that everything is improving, and you're going to notice that little by little life is becoming very pleasant. And everything is going to balance out. That's very important. You are going to regain your balance, and you're going to find a kind of justice in a situation. Not maybe the way you would have liked it at some point in time, but that isn't important. And you will be, I can see you in close agreement with people that are dear to you, because you will know who you can trust, who maybe you should beware of, without being, always on the lookout, just knowing. And also be careful of we have two voices. We have the one, as I said before, the one from intuition, and the one that comes from fear. And sometimes we think that's the right voice, which is not necessarily the case. Now we're going to look at the areas for healing and transformation for this month of March 2024. For the Capricorn viewer, okay, areas for healing and transformation. Okay, so what do we have? I'm not surprised because, I have my French channel and I've been doing readings for a year there. And this has been coming up quite a lot. So we have never enough, we have cynicism, and in between we have tenderness. So what it's telling me here is that you could have, for some of you, a tendency of always wanting more from yourself, but also from others, of never feeling things are good enough, or that you're getting enough, or that you're being good enough, or that XYZ is being good enough. And you could have developed over the years a kind of cynical attitude without realizing it. And it's been a way you thought that that would protect you, but actually it hasn't protected you, because it's hurt you even more. And the key to releasing that and to starting afresh and really healing is first of all showing kindness to yourself, not treating yourself like I don't know, some kind of slave or soldier, whatever, something, you know, without being rough and tough with yourself, but rather showing more compassion, because you do lack a bit of compassion towards yourself, I think, most of you. And even for those of you who've been on a self-growth path, self-development, trying to become more spiritual, you could have been doing it, you know, the way you'd go to the mine in the morning. And this is not necessarily doing you any good, because you need to, if you cannot show compassion to yourself, if you cannot treat yourself with kindness and tenderness, well, it's going to be difficult to get to where you want to get, because what needs to be at the root of it is love. So this is a long message to tell you that you need to practice self-love. And it's not, you know, about telling yourself in the morning, I love myself, I love myself. No, it's more than that, of course. And there's a very nice exercise that you can do. And you can, you know, look at yourself every day for a month, do that every morning or any time during the day, and look at yourself and say, you, Natalie, I'm Natalie. Natalie, I'm proud of you. For, and you repeat that 7 times with 7 different things. And then, Natalie, I forgive you. For, 7 times with 7 different things. And finally, Natalie, I commit to, and then that's only 4 things. But of course, you can do more if you like. And I can tell you, you might, well, no, it's not might. There's a bit, it's very likely that you will start crying after a few seconds of doing the exercise the first time. But it can help. It can help also show you the things you have achieved in your life, your accomplishments. Even if it goes back to, I don't know, kindergarten, when you made your first 10-piece puzzle. You know, it can be anything, but it's important to be able to look at yourself that way. Okay, so we have the sacred feminine. So I'm not into, you know, sacred masculine, sacred feminine, twin flames and stuff. Plenty of other people do that. I think we all have a divine counterpart, especially in the coming times. This is about you taking your place back, recovering yourself. Be male, female, it doesn't matter who you are. It's stepping back into your power, into yourself, and in full alignment with these two swans. Okay, all your parts come together, and you become who you always were but didn't know. Okay, and we have the Druid card, and I was telling you earlier on to trust your intuition. This is what this card tells you. You know you are guided. Trust yourself. You are that person you should trust. So what are you called to do in the times to come? Capricorn. Ah, beautiful. It's the same thing. We have the Sun card. So it's time for you to shine your light again. Not the way you did it perhaps in the past, but the new light. The one that's carrying you, that has started, you know, that little spark that you noticed was still there, that you had thought maybe for a time, for a long time, had left you, was gone forever. Well, it's not. And now it's going to be even better than before. And you can also be a kind of an example for others, a model, a guide for some of you. Okay, and we have the Aquarius card with it, which is telling you to embrace your eccentric hidden side, because I know you have it, and think outside the box and move out into the world and do it with intention for yourself, but also with the kind of inner knowing that what you're giving yourself and what you're doing for yourself is going to have a bigger impact. It's going to go outside, because that's how things work, from the inside to the outside. Okay, what is the challenge for this month of March? It's a very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Okay, so what is the challenge for the Capricorn viewer? Okay, the gathering. So it is about relationships. It is about how you surround yourself, who you surround yourself with. And it's actually paving the way for something bigger and better in that respect. Because perhaps in the past, you didn't go towards what was good for you, but what felt what looked good for you, what looked good for your, I don't know, for in the eyes of others, what looked good in the eyes of others. And for those of you who are alone, single, and looking for someone to love, well, you might be challenged at the present moment with the way you deal with your relationships to create some, to declutter what needs to be, and to really gain clarity on what is important. It's also telling you to get back out into the world if you have been isolating yourself. But do it differently, okay? And what is the positive outcome? Well, do it differently. I'm not giving you orders, of course. Okay, I love it. We have the Moonlight Goddess. So this is about repressed emotions that are being faced, and with the intention of healing, of releasing. It's the ability to reflect also on what requires your attention, to allow real healing to occur. So that means don't lie to yourself, even if you're tempted to. And I know how easy that can be. I've been there, don't worry. Okay, one last message for you. And we have the law of attraction. And this is telling you that your thoughts, your words are investments. And where you spend or waste your energy, well, that is what you're going to get. So if you're always harboring worried and worried feelings, hatred and things like that, this is what you're going to get. If you're always, I don't know, so I know I have a very good Capricorn friend who is always watching the news on television, and half her life revolves around that. She spends a lot of energy into criticizing and getting angry, but it's not changing anything apart from hurting her. Because when you get angry about something, you hurt your body. The thing is, it's not going to change anything. If you want to change something, you need to do something, not feel negative emotions or rant on about them, okay? And this means that you can change your focus towards things that are going to be more positive, more harmonious, more loving and happier. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope you have a lovely month of March, and I will see you very soon. I was going to say month of May. Goodbye.